Hello all, I'm Sean Barnett, head of SB Gaming, and today I'll be showing you how to create a simple online multiplayer connection that will allow you to override people's settings and stuff like that when you're in a game. I'm in the middle of making a game, so I have most of the stuff already. Okay, you're going to need to start off with a player, but we'll get it started off like this. I chose a background, it's called Social City. You're going to have a lot of different things. Okay, we'll start off with this. First we'll start off with the register button. So for left pressed, you're going to need to use this code here. You can pause it if you have to copy it down, but we'll move on. So what that basically does is allows the player to register with the local sign-in service sort of thing. Okay, for the sign-in button and create, it needs to set global.connected to false, and it also needs to set play end. Okay, and for left pressed, okay, you need to put this code in for left pressed. Okay, and that basically allows anyone who's registered through the register button to sign in. Then there's the quit button. You need to save it just as a backup save. I just called it global save, and it needs to end the game. Okay. Right, so once it signs in, if it signs in correctly, you'll find it'll go to room welcome user, which is there, which is this one. Right, so once you're in here, I think this is one. Yeah. Right, create. You need to execute this piece of code and create. So basically what this does is this sets up the TCP connection. Please enter your SSID or IP address. This code that I've put in actually automatically downloads their IP address and puts it in for them, but if they want to play offline they can edit that. Then show message connected to internet, global.connected equals true. Else show message failed to connect to the internet. You need to set this variable to nothing. And global.player number needs to equal 0. Then you need to set alarm 0 to 60. Actually, I don't think you need to do that anymore, that was a glitch. Hey, don't worry about that. Oh, hang on. Let's try this, let's see if that was for someone else. No, what's for this? Oh, okay, then for alarm 1, you need to execute this code. Global.player number equals mplay data read 0. AA equals global.player number plus 1. Mplay data write 0.AA, oh, 0, and then the value is AA, and then room go to main game. Left pressed, change sprite into 16, which is another sprite, which I believe is this one. You don't actually have to do that, it's just a sprite that I put in for effect. Okay, and then for left pressed, you also need to do this one. Mplay session find equals 0. Well, make sure you include this, the exact right one, that's going to stuff up your whole game. It needs to be that one. If mplay session join is above 0, then it will join the first server it finds, and its name will be global.character. Well, it's char. Then room go to main game, else show message failed to connect to our server, please try again to menu. Then it'll go straight back to the main menu and disconnect you from the internet. Else show message failed to connect to our server, please try again later, and then we'll still go back to the main menu. This one is if it fails to connect. This one if it's failed to find. So if you currently don't have the server running, it won't find it. You need to have a server running in order for this to work. F12. Now F12 for an administrator, so that's the person who can like overview everyone who's in the current server and stuff. I just set it to whoever presses F12 signs in the administrator. If you want to, you can have S12 and then have to enter a password or something like that. but it basically lets you create a session rather than always having to join as a player. Then root go to control point, else fail to host a session, which will 99% of the time not happen. Ignore that. Okay. There's also log out. So once every time you go back to a game, it'll log you out. So basically, left pressed, changing sprite 16 again, global.alarm 0 to 150. This is extremely important. I know most of you guys, like professionals, have other ways of doing it, but it needs time to load and load the logout and disconnect you. So give it about, it should be enough, hopefully. Right, for the control point, we've got basic controls that I set up. We've got a message all, so that allows you to message all players. So for left pressed, play message send guaranteed 0001 get string, please enter your message and then whatever you want to do. Okay. You also need to set reconnection time. So if you want the players to have to reconnect, so say your server becomes full and you've got gaps everywhere and stuff like that, and or your server's lagging and you want everyone to have to reconnect to it, you can do this. You can press left pressed. Okay, timer equals get integer. Please enter the reconnect. Whoops. Please enter the reconnect timer for all players in steps, e.g. 30 equals 1 second. Alarm 1 equals timer, and play data write 1 timer. Okay, step, and play data write 1 alarm 1. And 0, and play data write 0 0, and display message. Display message reconnection active, all players were disconnected. That's actually when the alarm gets to 0. Now in order for that to work, you will need a control gameplay. Yeah, this will look complicated and it's going to take a while to do, but I believe that's the one you need. So I've gone so far ahead than just yet. Right, you don't have to choose a font, but I did. Okay, so you don't have to set any of these for the actual game. Right, this one you do need. Number equals global and play data read 0. You will need that one. Okay. You will need everything that's there. Right, so if number is smaller than 25, execute message, go global.player_id equals number plus 1, and play data write equals global.player_id is 0. Okay, if number is equal to 25, it needs to do the exact same thing, only because smaller than doesn't actually include 25. Number is larger than 25, display message, server is full, please try again later, and it'll just disconnect them back to the main menu. Alarm 0, bring go to main menu. This is what happens when this happens, it disconnects them back to the main menu, like this one here. Alarm 0 equals global.mplay data read 1. Okay, so that's that. So basically that sets whatever the administration has set the alarm to. They'll download it and set it into here. Right, if alarm 0 is smaller than 600 and if alarm 0 is larger than 598, display message, a reconnection has been set for less than 20 seconds. Please save your game now. So what I'm recommending is whatever you want the warning timer to be, I set it so every time you do a reconnection it's larger than 30 seconds, so each player gets like a 20-second notice to save and get off. Otherwise they're going to disconnect without having to save. So player, I don't think you need much of. It's a bit difficult that part. Don't need any of that. I try to make this completely online, so all players are in one room, but with like over 1,000 people trying to connect to one server, it's going to be pretty difficult. So I made it so that this game, each player can connect and then be in their own game, but then they can connect to other players and trade things with them for their own set prices and stuff like that. That's all you really need. And then exit Social City. You can have whatever exit button you need. It's also in the main menu down there. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I will be continuously updating Social City so that you can build something similar to what I have, and then I'll have a part 1, part 2, stuff like that. Thank you, and please remember to visit my website, subscribe, and like. Okay, hello all. In the previous part, I'm going to join these two movies to get clips together. I actually forgot to show you how it works, the Social City. So I'll show you this now. Just got to save the executable file. Okay, and it is there. Oh, in order for this to work, I must add, wherever you're going to execute the Social City, whatever it's going to be called part, you do need to create an empty file called users, otherwise it's not going to work. Because that's where it saves all the user files. So like watch, we'll put that one over here. So like, see, I'll register my person as Sean, and my password is 1234. And see how Sean.ups has come up over here because I've registered. Alright, and I was trying to sign in as someone that hasn't got one. Username is incorrect. Sign in as me. And the password, and it automatically comes up like I showed you. Now, because of this thing, I'm going to do it, but normally mine's that, I think. So, but I'm going to use local. Connect to the internet. So like I said, if you want to, you can press F12 and that sends you to the automatic administration one. We're going to run 2 of them, just so that I can show you that it works. I'm just signing as Sean again. It's not going to make a difference if you sign in as 2 users at one point. Alright, so I've got 2 options here. I can go connect and start. Alright, and it'll take a little bit to load because it's got to connect. Yeah, ignore these sprites. These sprites are very annoying. They've got flashing items after them. But as you can see now, I've got 2 Seans just sitting here. I can go message all and say hello. And look, it comes up on this one as hello. And I can set reconnection time for 30 seconds, which is 900 steps. And that's up here. And then when this one gets to 600, this one over here, it will get it down and look, see, a reconnection has been set for less than 20 seconds, please save the game now. And I press space and it comes up with this automatically, but you can create your own one. Now continue, options, back to game, play offline, gameplay, player options, things like that. I will be updating this even more, but as we get down all the way to 0, all the players disconnected, it does take a second to react. And look, there we go, we're back at the main menu. Alright, so that's how it works. I will be doing a part 2, which is the inside of the actual game, how to do trading and the actual structure of the game itself. Please remember to subscribe and go onto the Extreme Gaming and Software website where you can find discounted games and all SB Gaming games. Like, and I will hope that you watch my part 2 video. Thank you.